How's everyone doing today? Shankar PUI here, and today, like always, we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin price and where cryptocurrency is heading. We've had a nice run up and we're currently having a pullback. So let's see if this is a correction or the beginning of a bear market, which I don't believe we're at the beginning of any type of bear market. So please remember, this is not financial advice. Everything in these videos is for entertainment purposes only. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and also share these videos if you find them informative. So without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. All right, let's look at this price. Let's look at this, sorry, not this price. Let's look at this fear and greed index. So I brought this up last week in our video, just showing that at bottoms, so we had a bottom here. We were bottoming over here, as well as here and over here, that at major bottoms of the Bitcoin price, we do have a very low fear reading. So like I said, we hit a score of 13 over here and 19 over here. In the pandemic, we hit a score of 9. So us going a lot lower than where we were already at 35 was, I thought it was unlikely for us to go much lower, right? Emotionally, because we're scared, we're like, man, this could definitely go way, way lower. But I just didn't see, us, really going much, much lower, because the reads here were 11 at the bottom of the market and we got a 13 here. So I thought it was rare. So now that we're at about 52 out of 100, so we're pretty much in a neutral state, where if we did have a next leg up, which we are anticipating on this channel, a lot of people will be caught off guard and be feeling disbelief, and just not anticipating that this was actually gonna happen. So now let's look at the YCH accumulation chart that we have charted out here. So like I said, we are still tracking this YCH accumulation, and we are, let me see if I can bring it up here. I don't think yeah, you know what? Yeah. We're still on track. We have exited this bullish pattern and we're breaking out. So what we can anticipate is we can definitely break out here and have a retest. That's totally normal before we enter a next leg higher, and then inevitably into new all-time highs. So this is definitely something that we're anticipating. We're watching here is a break. We can retest right now, so we can tomorrow even come all the way back down to test the 44,500 level. Right, so yeah, 44,600 level. So we can definitely come down there today and retest that. That would be perfectly normal and not the sign of any type of bear market. It would just be the first retest of our breakout, and that is normal price action. It's nothing to worry about. But right now we are definitely following this YCH accumulation. Everything seems in order. So retest, no retest, we are anticipating higher highs at the moment. So just keep that in mind as we're continuing. So let's look over here at the S&P 500. So what I wanted to bring to your attention is the S&P 500. We had this resistance over here. So we had a top here, a top here, and then also when we tried to break through, a massive rejection down. So the fact is, yesterday we broke over it, retested it, went higher, but right now we're kind of testing it again. So just because it's under the line slightly right now doesn't mean we've broken down. This is just the zone here, right? So this is a zone. So right now we're just testing it and contending with it at the moment to see if we do break higher. So today there is definitely going to be some it might be some choppy price action today to see what will happen. But what's key is really just holding this zone and moving higher. So it was wonderful seeing yesterday how we actually opened. So we opened above, so you can see we kind of gapped up here. We gapped up and we opened above, retest came up. So it was really nice to see that we broke through this resistance zone. So we are, it looks like we are actually gonna be. This is a reversal. Looks like we've reversed and are continuing or starting an uptrend. So, like I said last week, we were in this bull flag. And then we broke to the upside. Now that we've broken above this. Now that we've broken above this zone here, it's looking a lot more likely. And look, we're actually moving up as I'm speaking. That we're testing it, and it looks like we're holding it. But yeah, once we hold and we move up, I'm extremely more confident that we're going to be making higher highs, and we're going to actually, have, like we've been saying on this channel, the melt up. The last final melt up that many people are not even anticipating. They think it's the end of the market. So I definitely don't think we are there yet. We are close to the end of a market cycle. But I think this is bigger than just this last melt up. Like I said, this melt up is going to be extreme, and we are going to, what I believe is going to have a massive crash after this melt up. So just pay attention to this bullish divergence we have here. So this bullish divergence we're forming. So bullish divergences work really well on on support zones. So the fact that we came up, we're testing it as support, and we are forming a bullish divergence, that does give me a lot of confidence that we're going to actually be moving into a higher highs. So let's look at on the daily time frame. And you know what? Let me pull up the other S&P chart, SPX, just to make it and get a bit cleaner for you guys so you can see. So let's take in 50-day and the 200-day. So right now, 200 is in dark blue, 50-day is in yellow. And so right now we are really over the 200-day moving average. So that is amazing. That's just amazing for the price action. Like I said, if we go back here, if we go all the way back here, that every time we test the 200-day, if we get a bounce, it's a continuation of the uptrend. Now, like I said, the caution was that we were underneath the 200-day, and being underneath the 200-day, if we get rejected from it, it can start the beginning of a bear trend. So the fact that we are above it, and let's go back in history, so let's just visually back test this. So let's visually back test this over here. Okay. I still have these lines from the last video. Clean this up a bit. So we had our death cross over here. Hold up. Let me just clear this. We had our death cross over here. And we came down under. So it's similar to how we are now. Similar to how we are over here. We came underneath it. Similar structure. But as opposed to what happened over here, we came up above the 50-day, right? But instead of breaking through, which we have broken through right now, we got rejected, right? And then we used it as resistance. It was used as resistance, as well as the 50-day was being used as resistance. So that is important. Same over here. Broke down, got rejected, and it was being used as resistance until we broke up. And then when we broke up in 2008, it was used as support as people were buying along the 200-day moving average. Because that's a good strategy. If you want to unload capital, just wait until the 200-day moving average. If you have a lot of funds, it's a great strategy. Look at that. If you just purchase on the 200-day moving average, because markets inevitably have pullbacks, you'd be doing perfectly fine, right? So the fact that we are definitely had a break above, you know, is definitely a good sign. So we just want to be cautious of right now. If we get a pullback to test it again and then move higher, our key, what we're looking out for now, since this is a bit of a cleaner chart, is we're really looking out for when we test here, because we don't want to make a double top. So, you know, we don't want to make a double top and then come down and then start, right? So once we really make a new high, test and move up, or just make new highs, and you know, if the market's that bullish, you may not even test and keep going, then, you know, melt up is definitely underway. I mean, my belief is that we are already underway for this melt up. But if you like to be safe, you know, purchasing now is a good time. Remember, everything I say is not financial advice, and no one knows what will happen tomorrow. But either purchasing now that we're above the 200-day, or if we think we're too far extended off of the 200-day, you could either wait until we break this, retest, and then purchase on the retest. Or if we come back down to test, if it starts looking like we're holding it as support, then purchase. You can make your purchases right here, right? Because then it shows as a test. You know, just because we come back down, remember that it's a test, so we can test and fail. And then if you're purchasing here and we fail, then, you know, you'd be in the negative. So you just gotta, you know, see what your risk tolerance is. A lot of, you know, we were holding positions here, you know, didn't sell. So for me, if it comes back down and retests and moves up, I'm good. If it comes down and breaks down, then I can start selling my positions on the retest of the resistance, of the test of resistance. And if it gets rejected, I can sell my positions here, right? So that's just something to keep in mind, right? So let's look at the TLT. So the TLT is definitely pumping today. So Bitcoin is dumping a bit. You know, I mean, it's not really dumping, but it is having a bit of a retracement as the TLT moves up. So like I said in videos, so let me pull this up. Let's go on the weekly time frame. So let's look at this right here, trend line. So we do have this bullish divergence here on the RSI. So we have this divergence. So remember what bullish divergence, you know, there's different forms of it, but the one we're looking at is when the price action makes a lower low, but the oscillator, and the oscillator we're using is the RSI, makes a higher low. So that's what bullish divergence is. So we were anticipating this, and what I'm, you know, bullish, this isn't a hidden bullish divergence, so it's not saying that the trend is reversing. We could, you know, come up to here where this was a massive support zone, which we broke through, and the divergence can maybe just play out up until here, and then we fall even further, or we could even go all the way up here as well, right? This is where we have a trend line created all the way of August of 2020, and then, you know, confirmation of the trend line of December of 2021 when we broke down. So these are two scenarios of, you know, where these are two scenarios that I can see happening, playing out of this bullish divergence. Of course, the divergence playing only to this resistance zone and then falling even further is bullish for cryptocurrencies and risk on assets. If we break through here and the divergence plays out all the way up here, risk on assets may bleed during this period of time, because the TLT, when money's flowing into the TLT, that means individuals are being risk off, right? So they are not buying cryptocurrencies and tech stocks. So if we are in this melt up, which I do believe we've started. We can maybe see it play out all the way up here. This is an important resistance zone, which was support. So, you know, it was held as resistance here. Even, you know, we kind of got faked out here. And then once it actually broke through, it tested as support. You know, so this is a very important zone. So I could see it getting rejected off of this weekly divergence. Mind you, weekly divergences are very powerful, and they could take, you know, it could take a month to play out. Weekly divergences could take a month or 2 months to play out. So we could, you know, over the next 2 months, it could go all the way up here and then roll over further to the downside, or we can just, you know, hit here and come further down. So just keep that in mind if you're holding risk on assets, that this is a possibility. All right, so let's look at the total three. So, all right, guys, so total three altcoin market cap. So like I said here, what are these lines over here? Let's look at these lines, man. Okay, so what I've done is we've broken out of this pattern here. So we've broken out of this pattern. Let's kind of, I don't know what's going on. It's looking a little funny. It's looking a little janky. Hold up. Okay, so we've broken out of this bull flag. And I've just marked areas where we'd find resistance, and, you know, where if you had positions, you may want to close out because you'd find some turbulence. So right now we are currently above a resistance zone, but we are testing it. All right, we came back down. Even over here, we had a bullish divergence. So we had this bullish divergence, and, you know, we came up, but we came down. It looks like this is gonna hold. So it looks like we're almost clear to move up to the next level of resistance and see if we can break through that. Ultimately, our target is at least the top of this pattern, which would be, you know, you could either say just under $1 trillion market cap, or you can take it all the way up here at 1.1 trillion. So strategies that you may want to implement is buying altcoins. Since we're on a breakout, is buying altcoins on the pullbacks, that Bitcoin gives. So we had a wonderful pullback today. You know, we had a wonderful pullback. So if we look at the total three, when it pulled back, we were at a good spot where, you know, the chances of it going lower maybe be a bit low because we're at a support zone. So that would have been a good time to, if you were trading or even looking to enter positions, is to enter on those pullbacks. So the next zone would be 865 billion. So wow, look at that green candle. So once we get up here, you know, maybe don't purchase any alts at this zone. Wait until you get a confirmation of support, or if it gets rejected, then buy if it rejects. But just keep that in mind, that if we are breaking out, we have broken out of this bull flag. So on pullbacks, you know, maybe look and see where the total three is. Are we at the support zone on this pullback? Are we close enough? These things can help guide you to buy your altcoins, the ones you're looking at. So all right, and DeFi perp. So DeFi perp, like I said before, so DeFi perp is all the DeFi coins. So we've broken out of this channel. We had a resistance zone here. So this was a resistance zone, but we're holding it. We're not even holding it. We've broken through. So the next we have more zones as resistance. So we have here, you could say we have oh yeah, that's not that strong. So this one here. So yeah, DeFi is definitely taken off, man. We had this double bottom, or you could even say triple bottom, 2 and here against the, and then divergence on those bottoms, and then the breakout. So DeFi is doing very well. Altcoins in general are doing very well. But not all altcoins are doing well, right? So you just got to be careful on which ones you're choosing. So right now, the Bitcoin dominance, and the significance of the Bitcoin dominance is anytime the dominance goes up, normally the alts decline. Normally, right? Normally that's what happens. Anytime the dominance goes down, normally altcoins are going up. So this is like a gauge to see how your alts are doing. So if Bitcoin dominance is going up and alts are going up, that just also shows that there's a lot of capital inflowing into the markets. So those are times where if the dominance is skyrocketing and alts are also going up, it's just that alts, the market has a lot of money coming in. So that's always a possibility. If Bitcoin dominance is going down, because I've seen it where Bitcoin dominance is going down and alts are going down, that shows that money is just leaving the markets altogether, right? So, and leaving Bitcoin very fast as well. So this is a gauge. So when Bitcoin dominance goes down, normally alts increase in price. When Bitcoin dominance goes up, normally alts go down, does decrease in price, right? So just keep that in mind. It's a great gauge to look at to see when you're trading altcoins, like holding alts from here to here is a good strategy. You have a double bottom playing out there, so maybe it would have been time to sell some alts. So holding some of your alts, and I've held a lot of alts through this time. They were bleeding against Bitcoin, right? So a lot of my alts were bleeding against Bitcoin, and from this moment to here, alts have been exploding, right? So you want to kind of gauge this, because you're not going to catch all the altcoins that are doing 10, 50, 100 X's. But if you can use this to your advantage and start selling at support and resistance zones, your alts, you can 10, 20x your portfolio, or 5x, or whatever your goal is, doing that. You know what I mean? And create that strategy. So yeah, alts are looking good. Everything's looking good. We look at the USDT dominance. It is still breaking down. It currently has a green candle. So that's also why Bitcoin is kind of, retracing a bit, but it's broken down from this pattern very strong. So this is a bullish structure. We've broken down, and our targets are right here. So when we get down here, you may want to start selling your alts, because if we bounce from here, alts are going to bleed. Alts are going to bleed. Bitcoin's going to bleed, right? This is November, and let me just pull up a random, here, I'll do this. Let me pull up, okay, everyone loves SHIVA. Let me pull up a random coin. And I'm not even gonna, oh shit. What the hell just happened? Let me pull up SHIVA, okay? Exactly. Even as parabolic SHIVA has went, it respects this as well. SHIVA, during this time, altcoin, USDT dominance, so stablecoin dominance, is dropping. In the same breath, or it's not exact, but SHIVA went on its parabolic run from October all the way to, well, that was from September 27th all the way to October 27th. So a month, SHIVA ran, whoops. Oh no, let me get the SHIVA chart back up. Okay. So SHIVA ran all the way up here, and as the USDT dominance was bottoming out along this trend line, SHIVA started declining as this started rising. So you want to pay attention to this, that okay, sure, we can definitely break lower from this point. There's always possibilities, but you can at least protect a lot of your capital once we get lower to these zones, right, on the USDT dominance, because that's an indicator that okay, you know, we might have a reversal and money may be flowing out of Bitcoin and out of altcoins into stable coins, and then everything will bleed, right? So if you purchase SHIVA around here, you read it all the way up here, you're pretty much at break even, maybe, you know, just double from where you purchased, where you caught like an 8x, and congratulations if you caught that, you know. So yeah, so that's all for today, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and tune in next time for some Bitcoin altcoin updates, what's going on in the markets. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and tune in next time. Thank you very much. Take care.